Good morning, students. My name is Mandeep Kaur from California Public School. Hope all of you are fine. Now let's start today's topic. Today we are going to start a new chapter. The name of the chapter is Principle of Mathematical Induction. That is the fourth chapter in your book. So let's start this chapter. Before starting this chapter, I just want to tell you what is Principle of Mathematical Induction. Mathematical induction is a tool. Mathematical induction is a tool for proving the mathematical statements. Mathematical statements. Now what are these statements? We will use the mathematical induction. Let us suppose that we have a statement 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to so on, and that is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2, like as. So mathematical induction is what? That is a tool for solving the mathematical statements. Now in which way we will solve these types of statements? Now statement is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to so on, n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. We have to prove that is true for all n belongs to natural number. Now look at here. We have to prove that statement is true for all natural number. Natural number starts from 1. 1 to all. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to so on. There are infinite number of natural numbers. There are infinite number that are naturals. Now we have to prove that statement is true for all natural number. So natural number starts from 1. So if I will take, let Pn, that statement is Pn. Pn be the statement, and I have to prove that statement is true for all natural number. If I will take n equal to 1, natural number starts from 1. So Pn, what is P of 1? Pn is 1. So P of 1 is in the left side and right side. You have to take its left hand side and right hand side, and both should be equal, because we are in the mathematical induction. We are going to prove that these all statements are true for all natural numbers. Now P of 1, that means in the left hand side, the meaning of n equal to 1 is that only single term, only one term, first term is there. That means P of 1 equal to 1. So in the right hand side, we have n into n plus 1 by 2. So n is 1. So here is 1 into 1 plus 1 by 2. That is 2 by 2. That is also 1. 1 is equal to 1. So left equal to right hand side. Let us suppose we have any another statement. 2 plus 4 plus 6 up to so on, like this. And if I have to prove for n equal to 1. N equal to 1. So in this statement, in the right side, anything should be there. I'm just telling you what is the meaning of n equal to 1. So here is n equal to 1. That means you have to take only one term from the left hand side. So here is n equal to 1, meaning P of 1 is equal to 2. Only single term you have to take from the left hand side. Now look at here. Our statement is this one. Now, we have to prove this statement is true for all natural number. For P of 1, for n equal to 1, if I will take n equal to 2, n equal to 2, that means first two terms. You have to take first two terms. From the left hand side, you have to take first two terms. That becomes 1 plus 2, that is 3. So our left hand side is 3. Because when we will take the value of n equal to 2, that becomes 1 plus 2 up to so on. Here is 2. That means from the whole series, the value of n, only two terms are there. That is 1 plus 2. If I will take n equal to 3, that means only first three terms are there in the left hand side. 1 plus 2 plus 3. If I will take n equal to 4, that means 4 terms are there. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So if I will take n equal to 2, that is also natural number. So becomes 1 plus 2, that is 3. So left hand side is 3. And the right hand side is, n is 2. Here is 2 plus 1, 3 over 2. 2 and 2 both are cancel 3. So again 3 equal to 3. Similarly, if I will take n equal to 3, that is also true. N equal to 4, that is also true. Now, how many times we have to put down the values of n, because there are the infinite natural numbers for which this statement will be true. For which this statement will be true. That is not possible that we have to put down all the natural numbers. We will start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to so on. There are infinite number of natural. So that is not possible for us that we will put down all the values of n for proving this statement will be true. So now what we have to do? What we have to do? For proving this process, we will use the principle of mathematical induction. We will use the principle of mathematical induction. Now with the help of example, I just want to tell you what is principle of mathematical induction. Firstly, I am going to rub all these things. Okay, what is induction? Let us suppose we have a card. We have card in standing position. Here are infinite number of cards that are in standing positions. Clear? These are the cards. Now look at here. These all are cards. Okay. Now let us suppose if I will flick the first card. I will flick the first card. This first card will automatically drop all these cards. All these cards. Just try to try to learn this concept. What I want to say. These all are the cards in the standing position, and when I will flick, when I will drop the first card, and this first card will drop the second, second will drop the third, third will drop the fourth, fourth will drop the fifth, up to so on. Now for the natural, here is natural numbers. Here is natural number. So firstly in induction, what we have to do, we have to see if the first card has been dropped or not. Because it may be possible that I'm going to flick this one and I'm going to see on another side. I'm going to see on another side. I'm going to flick this card. Hope so. This card will not fall down. This card will not fall down. So in the induction, we have to see that first card has been dropped or not. This first card has been fall down or not. So in the induction, we always check for n equal to 1. Because if this card will drop, then this card will drop another, then this card will drop another one, and the similar process will going on. And the similar process will going on. Now, for randomly we will say any another card. That card will be dropped or not. Let us suppose that card is kth card. Kth number of card. There are infinite number of cards, and let us suppose that is the kth number of card. We will check that this card has dropped or not. This card we will randomly select that we will see that card has dropped or not. That is the kth number of card. That is the kth number of card. We will randomly see that card has fall down or not. Now if this card has fall down, then we will see the next one. We will see its next one, k plus 1. K plus 1. If this card has dropped, we will see its next card has been dropped. Then we will show that all the card has been dropped. All the card has been dropped. I'm going to explain this again. Firstly, we will check the first card has fell down or not. When we flick this card has fell down or not. And from all these cards, because here is infinite number of natural numbers are there. So I just want to say that we will check it from the first. Check it from the first. For the first and for the randomly we will say. Randomly we will check that card has fell down or not. And after that the next one. The next one. If the next one also broken, that means all the card has been fell down. All the cards has been fell down. So same for the induction is there. Same for the mathematical induction is there. That we have given some statements and we will check it on firstly number 1, starting from 1. So that statement is true. After that we will check for kth statement. For kth statement. And we will assume that will be also true. And we always will assume that will be true. That will be true. And if its next one is also true, that means that is true for all natural number. That is true for all natural number. If as we will assume that is true, after that we will check its next one, k plus 1. And if that is true, that we will always then we will check always if these statements are true. That means our induction for all the statement for all natural number is true. So in induction, what we have to see, firstly we have to check it on 1. After that we have to check it on kth. After that we have to check it on the next one, k plus 1. So they are infinite natural number. That is too much difficult to check for these statement that all are being true. So we have to need the principle of mathematical induction to check whether the statement is true or not. So for this we have check on first, after that on the kth, and we will assume that that will be true. That will be true. After that we will check on the next one. If that is true, that means it is true for the all. It is true for the all. So let's start one question that you can understand it easily, in which way we can prove all these statements. So let us start from the first question of this exercise. Now come to the first question of this worksheet. Okay, now we have to prove that statement 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to so on n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. That is, we have to prove by induction that statement is true. So firstly you have to take that statement will be P and statement. P and statement. So according to induction you just have to follow the 3 steps. Firstly n equal to 1, n equal to 1, and that step will be, the step will always be true. After that you have to take n equal to k. You have to assume it is true for n equal to k. After that you will check for n equal to k plus 1. That will be true or not. If that is true, that means that statement is true for all. That statement is true for all. So in induction you have to follow the 3 steps: n equal to 1, n equal to k, and n equal to k plus 1. So let's start. That chapter is too much easy. When you will solve 2 or 3 questions, then you can understand it easily in which way we have to solve all these questions in the same way. With the same way. So firstly start this one. Let us start it from 1, P of 1. P of 1. P of 1 for the left hand side, that means only first term. Only first term. So for the left hand side we have 1. Now for the right hand side. Right hand side. That is n into n plus 1 by 2. If n equal to 1, that becomes 1 into 1 plus 1 by 2. That is equal to 2 by 2. That is 1. That means left hand side is equal to right hand side. Result is true for n equal to 1. Result is true for n equal to 1. After that we have to check. We have to assume result is true for n equal to k. Assume that result is true for, that is our first step. Step 1. That is our second step. Step 2. Assume that result is true for n equal to k. That means we have here is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to so on plus k is equal to k into k plus 1 by 2. That is already true. We just have assumed that is true. Now we have to check its next one is true or not. Its next one is true or not. If that is true, that means it is true for the all. For the all. Now after that we have to come to the next step. Step 3rd. N equal to, here is our P of k statement. And now for n equal to k plus 1. Now for n equal to k plus 1, we have, here is k plus 1. I'm going to write it here. P of k plus 1, that is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to so on k plus 1 equal to, the value of n is k plus 1. Value of k plus 1 plus 1, that becomes k plus 2 over 2. Now we will take its left hand side, and if it becomes right hand side, that means the result is true for the k plus 1. Result is true for the k plus 1. So we will take its left hand side, and if it will become the right hand side, that means the statement is true. So take its left hand side. Its left hand side is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k plus 1 plus k plus 1. Now we have to write down its previous step. Its previous is k, because we know that if it is true for k, after that we will go to the step k plus 1. After that we will go to the step k plus 1. So its previous term is k. If you have any doubt which was its previous term, its last term is always its previous term. Its last term is always its previous term. So you have to write down its previous one. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus its previous is k, and here is k plus 1. Is k plus 1. After that, what is the value of this? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to so on k. Its value is k into k plus 1 by 2. We already assume that is true. That is true. And you have to put down its value. Its value is k into k plus 1 by 2. K into k plus 1 by 2. And here is k plus 1 as it is. After that, from both these values, what was the common value? K plus 1. So take k plus 1 as a common. So here becomes k by 2 and here is plus 1. After that, here LCM is 2. Here is k plus 1 as it is, and its LCM is 2. So it becomes k plus 2. So our answer is k plus 1, k plus 2 over 2. K plus 1, k plus 2 over 2. That is our right hand side. That is our right hand side. That means by induction, result is true for n equal to k plus 1 also. That means it is true for all. It is true for all. Now I am going to explain this again, because every question we have to follow the same step and same process. Same process. So firstly, what we have to do, you have given any statement and you have to prove that is equal to this one. Firstly, you have to check it on 1. Always check it on 1. And for putting the value of left hand side in 1, that means only first term is there. Here is first term, that is only 1. That is only 1. After that, you have to put the value of n equal to 1 on the right hand side. That will also becomes 1. So both are equal. So result is true for n equal to 1. After that, we will check randomly and we will assume that is true. That is true. So you always assume that it is true for n equal to k. N equal to k. And you have to put the value of n equal to k. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to so on. Here is k. Here is k into k plus 1 by 2. You can put m also. You can put m also. It doesn't mean that you have to put k and k plus 1. You can put m or m plus 1 also. You cannot put the n because n is already used in this question. So you can change any another variables. So I'm going to take here k. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k is equal to k into k plus 1 by 2, and that result is true. We assume that that result is true, and its next result is true. That means it is true for all. It is true for all. Now what we have to do, we have to put n equal to k plus 1 in the third step. In the third step, you have to put n equal to k plus 1. So it becomes 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus here is n is k plus 1. On the right side, k plus 1, k plus 1 plus 1, that is k plus 2 over 2. After that, you have to take its left hand side, and if it becomes right hand side, that means result is true. That means the result is true. So I have taken its left hand side. When you will take its left hand side, you always have to write down its previous value. Its previous number. What is previous term? From this, always you have to write down what is its previous term. And its previous term is always its last. Always its last. So you have to write down here k. Because k plus 1. The previous one is k. So here is k. After that, that value will always be same from this. That value will always same as to the second step. Second step, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k. You have to put down its value. Its value is k into k plus 1 by 2. And last is as it is. That is k plus 1. After that, you have to take what was the common value. And you have to take it as a common. And what will remain in the bracket? K by 2 plus 1. You have to take its LCM, and always it becomes your right hand side. Will be equal to right hand side. That is the principle of mathematical induction, in which we have proved that First one is true randomly for k is true, and after that we have checked its next one is true. That means it is true for all. It is true for all. Let us take one more example that you can understand it easily, that in which way we can prove these statements are true. Come to the next question of this worksheet. Okay, now we have to prove 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus up to so on n square is equal to n into n plus 1 2n plus 1 over 6 by principle of mathematical induction. Now for the step 1, here is our statement P of n. For n equal to 1, firstly we will take n equal to 1 in the first step. Step 1. So what is our left hand side for n equal to 1? N equal to 1, that means only first term is there, 1 square, and 1 square is 1. And after that, what is its right hand side? You have to take the value of n equal to 1. So it becomes 1 into 1 plus 1, that is 2. Here is 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, that is 3 over 6. So 2 3s are 6 by 6, that is equal to 1. So result is true for n equal to 1. After that, in the second step second, assume that result is true for n equal to k. Assume that result is true for n equal to k. So it becomes, here is P of k, and here is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus k square is equal to, here is k into k plus 1, 2k plus 1 over 6. After that, come to the next step, step third, n equal to k plus 1, n equal to k plus 1. So here becomes P into k plus 1, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus up to so on. Here is k plus 1 whole square, k plus 1 whole square equal to, here is k plus 1 into k plus 1, that is k plus 2, and here is 2 into k plus 1, that is 2k plus 2. I'm going to write here 2n plus 1, the value of n is k plus 1, and here is plus 1. So 2k plus 2 plus 1, that becomes 2k plus 3. So here is 2k plus 3 and over 6. Now we have to take its left hand side and we will prove that is equal to its right hand side. So its left hand side is, that is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus up to so on k plus 1 whole square. After that we have to write its previous term. What is its previous term? That is k square, the last term of the previous step. So its last is k square. So you have to write down, here is k square and here is k plus 1 whole square. In all the questions of inductions, you have to write down its previous term, and its previous term always be its last, that is k square. After that, that will be same to the step second, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, k square, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, k square, and its value is equal to this, and you have to put down its value. Its value is k into k plus 1 into 2k plus 1 over 6, and its last term is say, that is k plus 1 whole square. After that, you have to take what was the common from both this one. Here is k plus 1, here is also k plus 1, that means k plus 1 is common. So you have to take k plus 1 as a common. I am going to write here k plus 1 as a common. Now what is in the bracket? K into 2k plus 1 over 6, k into 2k plus 1 over 6. K plus 1 is common, so only one k plus 1 is there, plus k plus 1. After that, you have to take its LCM. Here is k plus 1 and its LCM is 6. So it becomes 2k square plus k, and here is 6k plus 6. 6k plus 6. After that, I'm going to rub all these things. Sorry, I can't rub this because we have to prove that is equal to this one. We need this one. So I'm going to write this here. I'm going to mark this because we have to prove that is equal to this one. So I'm going to rub all these things. We are solving its left hand side and we have to show that is equal to right hand side. So I'm not going to rub this one and I have to rub all these things. Okay, now it becomes, here is k plus 1 and in the bracket here is 2k square, k plus 6k, that is 7k. 2k square plus 7k and plus 6, and here is over 6. Now that is the quadratic, and you can make its factor, and its factors are, here is 2 6 are 12, and its factors are 4k plus 3k. 4 3s are 12 and 4k plus 3k, that is 7k plus 6 over 6. You can write here also because both are in the multiplication. So here is k plus 1 over 6. From both these values we have 2k as a common, so here is k plus 2. From both these 3 as a common, here is k plus 2. Now it becomes, here is k plus 1 and 2k plus 3 and k plus 2, and over is 6. That is equal to our right hand side. Look at here, k plus 1, k plus 1, 2k plus 3, 2k plus 3, k plus 2, k plus 2 over 6, over 6. That means that statement is true for all natural numbers. So in this way we can prove all the statement by mathematical induction. Firstly for n equal to 1, after that n equal to k, and for the lastly n equal to k plus 1. Hope so that all of you have been cleared about in which way we can solve this statement. And now for tomorrow we'll discuss a few questions of this chapter that you can understand it easily, in which way we can solve all these statements. Thank you so much everyone.